My name is Josiah Murray, and in today's TED Talk, we will explore a social issue, which is a lack of resources. And the reason for lack of resources to even be a social issue is because, let's say, parents and children, how they don't have enough money or fundings for them to even get a house or to get any food or any apartment or anything like that, or schools with school recruitment, like getting more teachers so we have more education for children. And another example, unfunding, so Mary Grove and how its college went down and how it turned into a high school instead of staying as a college because they didn't get enough fundings. And a solution to fix this social issue is to add more funding to school, let more children learn more about slavery and how Trump actually wants to take away slavery from being educated to children, and how he doesn't want any of the white children to know about what they did in the past. And from this information, we will be gathering from these three articles we have here, which are a letter from Birmingham jail, We Love Detroit even if you don't, and the Call of Unity. So what the first text says about this social issue and how it connects to this story is when Martin Luther King said, "All I had was in a jail cell was a scrap sheet of paper and a pencil." And how this social issue relates to that is because he didn't have anything to write with, and he needed something to write it with. And how, how a pencil and a paper is resources for somebody. And how he needed that, which he didn't have at that time. And We Love Detroit even if you don't, it says, Black residents and white residents had unequal pay. Well, Black residents had unequal pay, and how white people got more pay than what they got, and how they got more resources and accessibility to libraries, computers, phones, more things like that, and how we get treated differently in different ways, resulting in us getting lack of resources for us to even live and get education, more like white people do. They get their education and they can actually do something, but we can't because they treat us differently. We get unequal pay. We barely get enough money like they do. And let's say, example, how my personal family didn't have enough money, and how we had this, my mom was at this boss, and she was racist, and how there was this one white lady and her, and my mom was Black, and my mom did everything better than her, but she decided to choose the white lady anyway, just because my mother was Black. And that involves with unemployment, because bosses can be racial, and the Black person can be way more ranked above. Just because they're color, they would choose the white person because they're the same, and how Black people are different and not the same, and they're only like 50% human, which doesn't make any sense at all. And in the third story, A Call of Unity, it says Black people and white people don't get treated the same, and they don't have the same equality. They have different things. Black people are monsters. They don't know the same thing as we do, and they don't listen to anything. They're violent. They're not the same. We shouldn't give them equal pay, and how we should treat them differently because they're not the same as us. And how this relates to lack of resources is because Black people can barely have any money and still not getting any funds. Like, Black people barely have any education, and how black children, only 16% of them know English, and 32% of white children know English. So it's like Black children are more like less ranked to equality and fairness to white children, and how white children gets ranked more above just because their color and how we were treated back in the 1970s. I mean, not 1970s, 1960s. Well, no, 1620s. 1620s. And for my next approach is how this social issue, which is lack of resources, relates to equality, which I was just talking about, and how black and white people are different, and how this side gets treated terribly, barely has any social communication, not anything like that, no English, not enough resource for education. Barely. Trump is trying to take away slavery education, which makes it worse for us, so we can know more about our history. And how white people get more things than what we do, and how the rich and poor, between us and them, they get more property. Unlike us, we keep going down and down and down, and they keep dumbing us down until we just feel like we can't do it anymore. And for inequality, and how we can fix this problem with equality, is that we should just treat each other the same way as we do other white people. Like, why don't we just unite? No racial, we act the same. We're the same people. We're just different colors. Black isn't even a race. It's more like just a color. They think it's a race, but it's really not. And how we can be different. And this is from Josiah Murray in Detroit. And I would thank you for listening to this. Love you. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Bye-bye. The end. Sincerely, Josiah.